2 sizes too small. But whatever the reason, his heart or his shoes, he stood there on Christmas Eve, hating the Who's.
I hate you, I hate you, I hate you, I hate Christmas!
Staring down from his cave with a sour Grinch frown at the warm lighted windows below in their town. For he knew every Who down in Whoville beneath was busy now hanging a holly wreath. And they're hanging their stockings, he snarled with a snare. Tomorrow is Christmas, it's practically here. Then he growled with his Grinch fingers, nervously drumming. I must find some way to keep Christmas from coming. For tomorrow, I know all the Who girls and Who boys will wake bright and early. They'll rush for their toys. And then, oh the noise, 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 noise. There's one thing I hate, all the noise, noise, noise. And they'll shriek, squeak, and squeal, racing round on their wheels. They'll dance with jing-tinglers tied onto their heels. They'll blow Who-floopers, they'll bang tartukas. They'll blow Who-hoopers and they'll bang gardukas. They'll spin their trumtukas, they'll slam their swoosh-lunkas. They'll beat their blum-poopas, they'll wham their woom-unkas. And they'll play noisy games like Zooza the Carza, a roller skate type of lacrosse and cricket. And then they'll make air-splitting noises galoops on their great big electro-cardio flutes. Then the Who's, young and old, will sit down to a feast. And then they'll do something I hate most of all. Every Who down in Whoville, the tall and the small, they'll stand close together with Christmas bells ringing. They'll stand hand in hand, and those Who's will start singing. And they'll sing, and they'll sing, and they'd sing, sing, sing. And the more the Grinch thought of this Who Christmas sing, the more the Grinch thought, I must stop this whole thing. Why? For 53 years I've put up with it now. I must stop Christmas from coming. But how? Then he got an idea, an awful idea. The Grinch got a wonderful, awful idea. I know just what to do. The Grinch laughed in his throat. I'll make a quick Santa Claus happen in the coat. And he chuckled and plucked. What a great Grinchy trick. With this coat and this hat, I'll look just like St. Nick. All I need is a reindeer. The Grinch looked around. But since reindeers are scarce, there was none to be found. Did that stop the Grinch? Ha! The Grinch simply said, if I can't find a reindeer, I'll make one instead. On a ramshackle sleigh, and he whistled for Max. Then the Grinch said, giddy up! And the sleigh started down toward the homes where the Who's lay asleep in their town. All their windows were dark. No one knew he was there. All the Who's were all dreaming, sweet dreams without a care. When he came to the first little house of the square, this is stop number 1, the old Grinchy Claus hissed, as he climbed to the roof, empty bags in his fist. Then he slid down the chimney, a rather tight pinch. But if Santa could do it, then so could the Grinch. He got stuck. Only once, for a minute or two. Then he stuck his head out of the fireplace flue. Where the little stockings hung all in a row, these stockings, he grinched, are the first things to go. Then he slithered and slunk with a smile most unpleasant around the whole room, and he took every present. Pop guns, and hookahs, and tukas, and drums, checkerboards, popcorn, and even the plums. And he stuffed them in bags. Then the Grinch very nimbly stuffed all the bags one by one up the chimney. Then he slunk to the icebox. He took the Who's feast. He took the Who pudding. He took the roast beef. He cleaned out that icebox as quick as a flash. Why, that Grinch even took the last can of Who hash. Then he stuffed all the food up the chimney with glee. stuff up the tree. As the Grinch took the tree, as he started to shove, he heard a small sound like the coo of a dove. Why are you taking our Christmas tree? Why? But you know that old Grinch was so smart and so slick. He thought up a lie, and he thought it up quick. Why, my sweet little tot, the fake Santa Claus lied. There's a light on this tree that won't light on one side. So I'm taking it home to my workshop, my dear. I'll fix it up there, then I'll bring it back here. And his fib fooled the child. Then he patted her head, and he got her a drink, and he sent her to bed. And when Cindy Lou Who was in bed with her cup, he crept to the chimney and stuffed the tree up. Then he went up the chimney himself, the old liar. And the last thing he took was the log for their fire. On their walls he left nothing but hooks and some wire. And the one speck of food that he left in the house was a crumb that was even too small for a mouse. Then he did the same thing to the other Who's houses, leaving crumbs much too small for the other Who's mouses. It was quarter to dawn, and the Who's still abed. All the Who's still a snooze when he packed up his sled. Packed it up with their presents, their ribbons, their wrappings, their snoof and their fuzzles, their trinkets and trappings. 10,000 feet up the side of Mount Crumpet, he rode with his load to the tip top to dump it. Pooh, pooh to the Who's. He was Grinchly humming. They're finding out now that no Christmas is coming. They're just waking up. I know just what they'll do. And he did hear a sound rising over the snow. It started in low, then it started to grow. But this sound wasn't sad. Why, the sound sounded glad. Every Who down in Whoville, the tall and the small, was singing without any presents at all. He hadn't stopped Christmas from coming. It came. Somehow or other, it came just the same. And the Grinch, with his Grinch feet ice cold in the snow, stood puzzling and puzzling. How could it be so? It came without ribbons, it came without tags, it came without packages, boxes, or bags. He puzzled and puzzled, till his puzzle was sore. Then the Grinch thought of something he had before. Maybe Christmas, he thought, doesn't come from the store. Maybe Christmas, perhaps, means a little bit more. And what happened then? Well, in Whoville, they say, the Grinch's heart grew 3 sizes that day. And then the true meaning of Christmas came true. And the Grinch found the strength of 10 Grinches plus 2. And now that his heart didn't feel quite so tight, he whizzed with his load through the bright morning light. With a smile to his soul, he descended Mount Crumpet, cheerily blowing hoo-hoo on his trumpet. He rode into Whoville, he brought back their toys, he brought back their food to the Who girls and Who boys.